In the not-too-distant future, a big hot spell called the Big Heat Up scorches the sun, making it too dangerous for folks to be outside without frying. So, everyone stays indoors and hooks up to a virtual world, hardly ever meeting face-to-face. They also gulp down a medicine called Lithium X to avoid getting sick in the head from being stuck inside all the time. The only ones out and about are clones, who've been changed to handle the heat and do important stuff like medical checkups. But Adam isn't keen on clones or how everyone's hooked on gadgets. He's the lone regular person still showing up to work in the flesh. He suits up in protective gear to navigate the deserted streets and finds himself alone in the office, except for the cleaning lady. Even though he does his job with a VR headset surrounded by empty desks and deserted chairs, Adam doesn't take the mood-stabilizing medicine, so he swings between highs and lows. Then, one day, a clone doctor drops a bombshell. Adam's seriously sick, and the only fix is a new heart. But deaths, sudden or otherwise, are rare these days. Adam mentions his insurance, Premium 3, which should give him a fresh clone heart. Problem is, there aren't any clones available. After someone passes away, only then can a new heart be made available to take their place. But getting one needs Adam's wife to sign too. Even though they've been apart, they haven't gone through with a divorce for the sake of their kids. Hearing this, Adam feels rough, and the doctor picks up on his shaky mental state, so she sends him to a shrink. Back home, Adam pleads with his wife over VR to meet in person, but she refuses, even when he admits he's dying. The next day at work, Adam gets into a big argument with his colleagues. They make VR headsets at his company, but his worries about them becoming old news due to implant chips fall on deaf ears. After work, Adam heads to the shrink's office, where he's thoroughly checked by a guard for weapons. The shrink turns out to be a clone, and Adam opens up about his belief that clones aren't real people because they lack emotions and the fear of death. They're just programmed machines. Pouring out his feelings, Adam recalls the night he and his wife split. When he got home, everyone was too busy with virtual reality. The youngest kid had a headset on while eating. The middle child played virtual tennis. The eldest was lost in video games. And his wife was soaking up the sun on a virtual beach. Seeking solace, Adam found comfort in a doll enhanced with provocative software. His wife, Rena, stumbled upon him unexpectedly, causing a scene as she realized it was his routine behind the locked door. Adam tried to clarify that it wasn't infidelity as he hadn't engaged with another person. He just sought solace from the software because he needed someone there for him. Despite his explanation, Rena was deeply hurt, expressing that she immersed herself in VR only to be close to their children, ultimately ending their relationship. Breaking the news to the kids that Dad would live elsewhere proved difficult as they were unaccustomed to the notion of anyone leaving home. In the present, Adam awakens from nightmares about his breakup, then grooms himself with laser tools. Determined to reconnect with his family, Adam finds Rena unwilling to see him due to a restraining order, but she relents when he threatens to force his way in. Rena remains indifferent to his fate, preferring Premium 3 to replace him with a clone to maintain the chip supply. However, Adam highlights that his company faces financial ruin due to the chip, jeopardizing his insurance and job, which would leave his family without support after his passing. Despite his intentions to seek a heart and salvage the company for his family's sake, Rena insists he take Lithium X to clear his mind and devise a plan. The following day, Adam reaches out to locate a mysterious individual named Donald Stein, discussing chip technology. Afterwards, he immerses himself in the virtual realm to converse with Maria, his software companion, who, although programmed to provide solace, still manages to lift his spirits. Suddenly, the tranquility shatters as Donald barges into Adam's home, brandishing a gun. Seeking answers, Donald demands to know why Adam is aware of him and the chip. Adam speculates that Donald is the mastermind behind the chip technology and implores him to aid in rescuing his failing company. Adam recounts the tale of the insurance contract, revealing that Premium 3, engineered by a certain Donald Stein, offered a cloning contingency in the event of death, contingent upon the spouse eliminating any imperfections. Adam opposed the notion, cherishing his wife as she was, leading to a bitter argument where Rena insisted she only desired Adam to be his best self. In the present, Adam deduces Donald's involvement based on his role in cloning technology, and deduces his identity from dental records. After verifying Adam's intentions, Donald relaxes and joins Adam for a drink. He divulges that his company pushed for human cloning as a solution to combat the Big Heat Up, not out of personal preference. Adam, too, confesses his aversion to altering himself, yearning to be loved as he is. Donald empathizes, revealing he found solace only in his virtual companion, resulting in his dismissal from the company. In turn, Adam shares the tale of his breakup, prompting Donald to discern that Adam's illness stems from emotional rather than physiological distress due to his refusal of Lithium X. Recognizing Adam's longing for love, Donald proposes creating a clone tailored to match Adam's virtual companion, Maria, an offer Adam accepts. Once Donald departs, Adam notices he left behind the gun, promptly stowing it away in a drawer alongside his medications. Despite attempting to distract himself with a drink and failed guitar playing, his mind remains fixated on Maria. The following morning, Adam encounters his mother in the virtual world, shocked by her newly youthful and appealing avatar, causing him to overlook the sunlight streaming in and scorching his arm before hastily shutting the curtains. After tending to the burn with cream, Adam opts to skip work due to feeling unwell, succumbing to a nap. Interrupted by a call from a co-worker upon waking, Adam dismisses their concern, abruptly ending the call with a rude gesture before turning to drink while eyeing the gun and medication. In the evening, Rena visits with significant news. She can activate Premium 3 without Adam's demise through a method termed virtual assassination, where a hacker fabricates paperwork to simulate Adam's death in the system. In 2 days, his clone will assume his job, granting Adam a fresh start devoid of familial obligations. Despite Rena's enthusiasm, their discussion escalates into a heated argument until Adam recognizes the depth of his wife's animosity and the necessity for his children to have a present father, ultimately conceding to her plan. As Rena expresses gratitude with a kiss, she reveals she's already initiated the process, framing Adam's company for his alleged overdose. Panicked by his inability to bid farewell to his children, Adam receives his new identity and login credentials before Rena departs. It's then he realizes the loss of access to Maria, prompting him to chase after Rena to hurl insults. In the midst of their altercation on the street, tragedy strikes as a van strikes Rena, claiming her life instantly. Soon, police officers and paramedics swarm the scene, verifying Adam's vitality through his thumbprint. The officer jests that the insurance will dispatch a superior version of Rena shortly, but Adam, consumed by thoughts of his children, fails to find humor in the remark and breaks down in tears. Attempting to log into his account proves futile, as his password has already been altered. Determined to purge the alcohol from his system, Adam induces vomiting. Suddenly, a woman materializes at the doorway. Maria, bearing an uncanny resemblance to her virtual counterpart, shares a kiss with Adam. Astonished by her flawless appearance, Adam struggles to comprehend the reality before him, while Maria advocates for taking their relationship slow. Her fatigue stems from undergoing numerous tests conducted by Donald to ensure her bodily functions were optimal, including intimate examinations to verify the functionality of certain body parts. Adam becomes consumed by jealousy as he watches Maria shower, his frustration intensifying as he perceives her flirtatious behavior. Momentarily, Adam hallucinates Rena's visage overlaid onto Maria's form, prompting him to hastily depart before the hallucination escalates. Rummaging through Maria's belongings, Adam discovers contraceptives and a small, translucent chip, further exacerbating his frustration. Seeking distraction, Adam attempts to find solace in playing the guitar, but his efforts fall short. When Maria emerges from her shower, she expresses disdain for the doll she once inhabited, prompting Adam to confront her about the chip's purpose. Maria reveals it as the Eternal One, a device designed to upload the consciousness of a dying individual into the virtual realm, unsettling Adam with the concept of containing an entire person within a chip. As Maria contemplates the essence of humanity, she decides to depart, admitting her feelings for Adam were programmed and expressing a desire to experience genuine emotions. Despite Adam's pleas for her to stay, Maria bids him farewell with a kiss before departing. Left alone and despondent, Adam seeks solace in dancing with the doll, though his mind torments him with images of Maria choosing Donald over him, driving him to a fit of rage where he violently stabs the doll. Overwhelmed by a sense of loss of control, Adam retreats to a corner, consumed by anguish. In his nightmare, Adam questions a doctor about whether clones can experience pain, prompting the doctor to demonstrate by inflicting harm upon herself to show she bleeds like any other person. Abruptly awakened by knocking, Adam seizes Donald's gun and cautiously opens the door, only to be confronted by his clone. It becomes apparent that Rena opted for alterations, as the clone informs Adam of Rena's demise without displaying any concern, expressing approval of the idea of being replaced by a clone. Furthermore, the clone assures Adam that he is incapable of harming him, asserting that clones can only resort to violence in self-defense. Observing the clone's adept guitar playing leaves Adam stunned, realizing that Rena had endowed the clone with the creativity he had long desired. The clone reflects on Rena's remarkable qualities, contrasting them with Adam's tendency to complain and be difficult to please. Eager to explore further changes, Adam requests the clone to disrobe, revealing that they bear an uncanny resemblance, albeit with a notable difference in size. The clone inquires about Rena's passing, triggering Adam's outburst as he vents his frustrations, directing blame towards Donald for his predicament. Consumed by the desire for revenge, Adam expresses his intent to hunt down and eliminate Donald. In a bid to pacify him, the clone begins reciting lines from To Be or Not to Be, a play they both starred in during high school. As memories of their shared past flood back, Adam joins in, tears streaming down his face as he realizes the clone embodies the perfect version of himself. Despite the clone's urging to embrace his new identity, Adam succumbs to a breakdown and retreats to his VR room. The clone follows, explaining a grim future where Earth will become deserted as consciousnesses are transferred to the virtual realm. Adam realizes he can't assert his identity in the virtual world if the clone persists, prompting him to level the gun at the clone. Unperturbed, the clone reminds Adam of his terminal condition and persuades him to ingest the medication to clear his mind. Adam briefly considers compliance before recognizing the manipulation and raises the gun once more. In response, the clone activates his self-defense mechanism, triggering a brawl between the two men. Amidst the struggle for control of the firearm, it discharges upon impact, striking one of the Adams. Whether it's the clone or the original Adam who falls remains open to interpretation. Afterward, Adam buries the other body before returning home to start anew. Retrieving a family portrait and stashing away the medication, he deliberates over his attire, ultimately opting for a classic suit. At that moment, Rena's clone arrives, sparking an immediate rekindling of their relationship with a passionate kiss. Rena notices Adam's heightened fervor, while Adam observes her augmented physique. The couple begins to plan their future together, even considering the replacement of their child with clones. Their moment is interrupted by the activation of a chip, emanating the melody of Adam's guitar tune.
Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell icon, and stay connected with us.